Drummond's covered in glitter. Neferu's got an interesting spray paint design going on. Yeah, but you all feel much better. Although some of you are still hurt, I believe.
Hurt goes away after a little bit of resting and
Oh, yeah,
managing
hurt
up.
goes away. Yep.
Injury takes a while, and I think Nefiru is still sort of injured.
Yeah.
I believe that's correct.
But that's okay. We got a ship, and we can just take off whenever we want. I might even go say goodbye to Ognar. Just pleasure working with him and all of that. Just some pleasantries, unless he has something special to say before I go take off.
Yeah, would you like to go meet with Ognar?
I mean, like I said, I'm just like exchanging some pleasantries and making sure he's happy, of course. So, yeah, I'll talk with him for a little bit.
Well, the first thing is you go to try to find him, and the factory that he usually used as his base of operation is pretty much devoid of people, especially after the party, and with it, like the whole factory area of the city seems rather empty. So you don't even find him there. It takes a little bit of a searching to find him, but you end up finding him in none other than one of the enormous palaces. And you see he's taken it completely over, and it takes just a little bit of time to get through his security. That seems to be a number of kind of like militia of various quality, and eventually you start getting through all those kind of militia that are trying to kind of keep away foreigners and anything like that, and you eventually reach what you recognize as his normal guard, and they recognize you and quickly let you in. And Ognar seems to be really enjoying his new status. You see, his carapace is decorated in bling and jewelry that it's a little bit haphazard. It looks like he doesn't quite know how to wear it well, and he's just kind of tossed it all on. And he is all smiles when he sees you. Ah, Mitherlin! It is a delight to see you.
Well, you look just like quite the happy little crab.
Oh, yes, I am. It all went to plan, and all thanks to you. You've changed the face of this world. Putov will never be the same. Well, you are always welcome here. Your band of fellows is. Oh, I really don't know how to thank you.
Well, I think our reward was thanks enough, but it's good to know that we got a a bunch of friends here now. So what's next for you then? Syndicates, worker councils? What's your plan?
Oh, well, it's all coming together. To be completely honest, I didn't quite know if I'd make it this far, but now that I have the whole world, at first I always thought the world was my oyster, but now I realize it's the galaxy. There's going to be a lot of changes, I can tell you that for sure. But I haven't really decided about the whole world politics. You have any advice, eh? You're well traveled.
Of course. And Mitherland will probably start giving him some anarchist creed of local organization, local councils, and things like that. Which, I mean, I could probably be here for several hours talking for you, but I imagine we want to play a game.
He'll listen to it all, and he'll take it
Here,
in.
I got some extra pamphlets for you. I prepared ahead of time. Let me show you the slideshow I have.
You like wheel up a projector.
Yeah, we have Mitherland going straight from punk willing to shoot people in the apartment she's trying to sleep in over to the nerd who has read way too much and is ready to share every theory she's ever heard.
He takes it all in, and he's willing to listen to you and hear your creed. But he'll also, as it's starting to round down, he'll look over at Neferu and say, I heard about your battle on the rooftop. I was quite some impressive shooting.
Thank you. Wasn't aware that word had spread so quickly.
Well, when you have when you're when you hear about when you've got someone as the crux of your rebellion, you hear a lot about it. I had some folks watching. I had to make sure that if something went wrong, I'd be able to try to help.
Thank
You
you.
handled it well. Yes,
Hear that, Nefiro? You're a hero.
that's true. A hero of the rebellion. But are you still with Ronnie the Blue? Is that your
Yeah.
is that your heart set on that? Well, listen, if you ever have a change of heart, we could always use some folks like you around here on Putov. A skilled sniper like you and a people person and a rather colorful rock. We could always use more. Yep.
I'll consider it as a retirement plan.
Delightful, delightful. Well, I hope you enjoy your ship and the fiery furnaces of Putov are always hot.
All right, and we'll say our goodbyes, and I think we're off to go show G-Min his ship.
All right.
Those Jaimin.
So, Jaimin, welcome back. I know some folks are injured. When you so first, I guess in the order of, I guess it doesn't matter. You don't actually have to leave now before you see your ship. But you can go. You go to the spaceport and you go check the locker where he said your key was, and opening it up, sure enough, there's a keypad that's got the code to access one of the ships, and you follow it you follow it, and you find a pretty nice looking ship. I feel like since I've been reading a lot about and we've been talking a lot about RPGs that allow narrative control to give back to the players. So, Griffin, tell me one aspect of this ship. You go onto the you check out the space ports. Give me something about the ship.
Ooh, good question. Let's say it's got a very rather fancy communications room where you could set up a whole
Ooh.
meeting right in there, or even sort of have a nice big holographic display of whoever you want to talk to.
Delightful. It's got a nice fancy a nice conference room. Maybe with some sort of merchant's vessel before.
Oh, hey, it's got a coffee maker.
That's the best
Essential
thing
to the
about the ship. Everything in the ship is actually routed through the coffee maker, so it's an essential function. Coffee maker goes down, I mean, your engines are off.
Design choice of the future, right there.
Neferu,
Yes.
what do you think? What's another aspect of this ship? It's got a fancy communication room, and this could be anything. It could be from the look to the design to the original manufacturer.
Big engines, something you want out of it, mounted guns, an armory.
Or just like, yeah. It's got an armory. All right. And Jamin.
Nobody understands how dangerous questions work. You said, "Oh, I like to put power into the players." And my first thought was, "It's as big as a planet."
That might be a little bit too much.
Hey,
You
said
Death Star.
anything, right? No, so it'd be bigger than a Death Star. Death Star was only moon-sized. You guys are thinking too small.
We got a Star Killer base here.
There you go.
Wait, just wait
It's
until
unusual
episode.
that you didn't. Yeah.
Sitting at
It's
the
unusual you didn't
spaceport.
notice this ship before.
Sitting at the spaceport. It's another planet. And then I started thinking, honestly, it's like, okay, what's an honest thing? And it's like, oh, holodeck. But, you can't have a holodeck because that doesn't fit the technology of,
The holodeck always goes wrong anyway.
Well, that'd be fun, though. That'd be a fun little adventure. Where else is Q gonna fight us? Anyways, you can't have that in Myriad Song. It's not technology that works here.
My first thought when I thought about it was actually to have everything in the ship be shoot, what's it called when you
Felt.
walk you yeah
Everything in the ship is
everything
felt.
in the ship.
Yeah, but then you
everything in
get
the
grease
ship was
stains
felt.
everywhere. Okay, how about this? The one thing about my ship is Ronnie the Blue is on it.
That one I'm gonna say no to.
Oh, but not the size of a planet. The ship. Wait, did we finish the goal? Discover the truth about Lazaro.
No, we haven't quite gotten to that.
The ship
Let's
is
just put our
filled
next
with
thing like
truths about Lazaro.
So there's just like writing on the wall, just
Well, no, maybe
scribbled.
Lazaro. I mean, if you want me to make it a real, actually thematic, maybe Lazaro used to own this ship, and it's filled with like his old logs. Like he didn't wipe the computer.
They
That-
didn't make us a
that
new one.
actually-
They just refurbished one. They lied to us.
No, we just got Lazaro's old
yeah.
ship, and Lazaro, like when you donate an old computer, he didn't wipe the hard drive. He left everything there.
There's just a lot of naked photos of Lazaro on this thing. A lot. Yeah, that works. You have information about Lazaro on the hard drive.
Ooh.
Using one goal to accomplish another goal. The domino goal.
Well, Jaimin, it's all yours.
You have a ship. It's got an armory. It's got a nice communications room. And it's got a hard drive.
The three things a ship doesn't exist without. For a moment there, we thought it was as big as a planet. But we realized that was a mirage.
All
That was
right.
actually just the angle you were looking at it. It's
It's as big as the moon. Wait, no, we're just covering it up. The moon is just behind it. Oh no.
My god, it's so small! Or very far away!
It looked
How did
really
they
big,
know the
and then
Death
you
Star
realized
was
it
as
was
big as the moon?
super close.
How did they know the Death Star was as big as the moon? They're in space. They don't have frames of reference.
Because they built it. And they knew what the measurements of a moon was.
Well, I meant like Han Solo when he like points it out.
Because Han Solo flies planet to planet all the time. In fact, he
Right,
lands
but
on
frame of
moons.
reference is important. Otherwise, it could just be the speck on the windshield.
Well, because when
Yeah,
you
it could be
land
really
the
far away.
horizon a certain distance away, so even your frame of reference, the horizon, shifts distance.
There is no horizon in space, though. That's the point.
There is when
Yeah.
you approach a moon-sized object. Again,
but
he
isn't
got
the horizon
forcibly
subjective
docked.
to the size.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then again, you're just determining how big is an asteroid, how big versus a moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At which point, Han Solo, I think, is the most qualified to make that call amongst all the crew of the Millennium Falcon.
And yet he's wrong.
But he's not, though. That wasn't a moon; it was a space station. I think you'll find that Han
There's no
Solo said, "That's no moon." I think
Oh,
you'll
well, there
find.
you go.
I think
Dang,
you'll find
now
it
I'm gonna
was.
have to go back and watch the original trilogy again.
It was Luke Skywalker that was wrong when he points out, leans over everyone, and says, "Look there, that moon."
I'm
All right.
surprised you don't have like scanners. Like, I mean, I feel like the scanner would tell them the size of what it is, right? Because I feel like all
Maybe
through
you
their Star
don't
Wars
remember
movies-
the quality of scanner the Star Wars movies had. Do you remember when they're trying to shoot down TIE fighters and their scanner is 2 grids and you have to get the TIE fighter between the grids? They don't have very good technology. Remember when they want to scan for life forms on the ship and these 2 guys pull out this just like massive crate and they're walking into the ship with it? That's their scanner.
But then I feel like at other point in time they bring out these like really cool technologies that are like decently advanced.
I'm gonna pull what I pulled on Griffin earlier. Name one. Two. Name two is what I asked Griff. No, now you're typing shit. That doesn't count.
Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, anyone can edit.
See, you've got the unfortunate bit that your glasses are reflecting your screen. So.
Cheating on a
No,
test he didn't study for.
Well, also
Nope,
that you don't
I'm
use
not
push to
looking at
talk.
anything.
You don't use push to talk. I hear you clacking away.
All right. Well, I mean, we got our ship. We can fly it anywhere we want, and we got a whole bunch of logs. I guess we ought to take a look at those.
And I had a question for you, Griff.
Sure. What's up?
Would you want to trade a perfectly good semi-auto carbine for that sniper rifle?
Oh, it's yours.
Okay. Well, I don't want the carbine anymore, and it came quote-unquote free as starting droppings, so I don't feel like selling it is a good option.
Semi-auto carbine. Yay! I now have one. And I will worry
They
about
did
stats for that
have-
later.
Yeah. The guys you were fighting did have military issue carbines, so if you wanted one of those, you could instead take that.
Of course, they were issued by the military, who might not appreciate you.
So, military carbine. So I'm going to write that down for now and cover it later. I guess there is also like the riot shield gun too, which is very interesting.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a riot shield with a shotgun in it.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and just write that down because that might be important. So semi-auto carbine, military carbine, and a shotgun with riot shield. Any particular type or just
It is a military shotgun as well.
Okay. Bam.
The only thing about the shield gun is it's two-handed, and it reduces the range of the shotgun. So
Is that not also a
So it's-
burden?
it is. It's one burden, cover D12. Yeah, it's also a burden.
Handy dandy to hand out later, though. And actually, it works incredibly well with cover buff. Because you
Yeah,
always
right?
have cover then. All right. Well, I got those marked down for now, and, well, they're in the armory. It's good. And I guess meanwhile, yeah, let's take a look at some logs. And Arkloyd, you know what the sniper rifle stats were, right?
Yeah, I was about to go look it up for the dice used. I think it's speed and mind.
Well, I meant like the mods it might have on it and the type that it is, just so we have it documented.
Yeah, it has smart sighting and telescopic sighting. I know both of those two. And it does the same damage as the railgun with the large bore.
All right, sweet. All right. Well, Eli took off for a moment. I'm going to take 5 seconds. Be right back.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Liar!
Can't believe you'd do that to us. Can't believe you'd betray our trust with that over 5-second disappearance.
I mean, time is an illusion, a real creation of man's mind, right? How can you adequately judge from space the size of a moon?
How can you judge time from space, right? It's
By
same
counting.
thing. It's true.
Now, how can you judge time while moving at relativistic velocities?
That's true. And if you're going like faster than light, does that distort how you travel through time?
Well,
right?
it does, mostly because you can't. So,
In this game or in just in real life?
well,
I'm speaking
both.
of.
I mean, technically, Rondo isn't moving faster than light It's
You're
just,
just like full space.
I think that's how it's described.
Yeah, I feel like I think that's how it's described. Like, right, it like folds space, and then you
Let
just
me
punch a
pull
hole
this
through
very adult poster off the wall and then poke 2 holes in it for you, so that I can now fold it over.
it.
Because I don't think you understand the concept of folding is unless I actually take something and fold it over.
Well, I know what folding is.
No, it's how every sci-fi movie goes. We're at to
Yeah.
like Event Horizon. Well, what you see is it folds space. I mean, grab this poster off the wall. No, I get the concept of folding. I had clothes when I was a kid.
Before.
Yeah, see, we both went to clothes.
Mm-hmm.
What's
a
that?
lot longer than
Welcome
5
back.
seconds, you fucking liar.
I know, I'm terrible and awful. All right. So, Eli, I guess we got some logs to go over. How about we go over those?
Yeah, I'm going to have you guys. I'm going to have it come down to a mind and
Academics.
going to be. Yeah, it was going to be mind and academics.
All right, sounds pretty good. Who wants to lead the charge on that?
I have 3 successes.
All right. Ivan Lisk will go ahead and assist you then. He does in fact have research, so he rolls an extra d12, and you will get a d8.
You confused me when you said D12s. I thought, oh, okay, I'll get a D12.
Oops. Wait, no, he does have a team player. I'm sorry. You were supposed to roll a d12. Whoops.
Well, too late now.
Roll that d12.
Well, I rolled a D8 anyway, and I got a 1. I think you'll find that 1 falls on the spectrum of both D8 and D12s.
Do you have a favorite use of academics?
I do not.
Is it snooping through someone's diary?
I don't think so.
Research in general is a reasonable thing to do.
Sure.
Oh, no.
Keep in mind that when you're suffering from a disease that nobody knows about, and we don't have the ability to research, my academics is not coming in handy for you. 4 successes.
Very nice.
Wait, what? Why wouldn't you be able to research a rare disease?
Maybe we're on a jungle world with no way to get off of it, and he's dying of some, like, Afroasian flu, and we've got no information about it. And I can't use my academics to find a local cure, because there's no ability to research, because the locals haven't discovered writing yet. All they have
This
is
is
some
a very
sort of
complicated scenario you're building up in your head.
all they have is some sort of local cuneiform with dialects and symbols that I have no idea what they mean. Because again, I can't use my
Say that
academics.
situation again.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of situations that could happen, including this one
describe
specific
the
one.
world again. How did he get infected? So you guys spend. How long do you guys want to spend researching through these logs? And I mean, at the same time, I know Nefaru was also hurt. So, like, how much downtime did you want to take?
The rest of Nefaro's life.
All right. So
I mean,
dies, and
Who's the next character, Arcloid?
All right, so Nefiru has like at least a week or two to basically heal up, right? So we could spend that time just sort of going over the logs, shifting them over, and I guess at some point we were thinking of reconvening with Ryan the Blue. I can't remember if that was like the reason we were on the plan in the first place.
I have
right?
no idea who Ryan the Blue is.
Ronnie. I'm pretty sure he sent us here in the first place, right?
Yes.
So-
yeah, he had sent you originally to return the ship that Ognar Scroll had loaned him.
You remember he went to
That's what you
Sargasso, along with my
Okay.
assistant. Sargasso,
guess-
rather.
Yeah, so I guess in the meanwhile, we're going over this, we're hanging out like around him, we're keeping an eye on jobs, and we're waiting for Nefiru to heal up.
Why are we keeping an eye out for jobs? We're not living here.
Well, we are still low on money, and we have a spaceship, which I might say we might eventually have to pay money for.
No.
For fuel, or
We can literally just
food.
leave, yeah, but our main contractor is in Sargasso, and we just go there. Why you want to stay on the volcano planet with active riots?
I was suggesting leaving it. That's what I said.
Like you said, wait around and get jobs.
Adrani the Blues,
Who's Ryan?
which isn't this planet.
You're not very clear. You're not going to lead the revolution. You're going to be the first one against the wall.
I just won one.
No, you didn't. You're the victor of, shit. I forgot the name of the movie I was about to reference. You know where they go up the building?
They go up the building.
It's a bunch of
Die
fight
Hard?
scenes. Unfortunately, now that the entire description of the movie, it's just going to be Die Hard now that you said that. The Raid. The Raid.
I don't
The
think I've
Raid.
seen that
You
one.
just won the... How'd you not... you know how many movies were based on The Raid after it came out? How
It's
many...
probably why it sounds like every other movie.
The Raid.
Oh, The Raid was like the best fight scenes in a movie for the longest time.
Huh. I've never even heard of it.
Something to look into then.
It's a rookie member of an elite team of commandos. Rama is instructed to hang back while his comrades in arms go ahead with their mission to take down a brutal crime lord called Tama, which is very close to Rama. However, the team's cover is blown, and Tama offers sanctuary to every criminal in his high-rise apartment block in exchange for the cop's head. Now Rama must take command and lead his remaining team to an ultra-violent charge to the building to complete and survive.
This is
The
also
mission.
Judge Dredd. Oh my gosh, everything copies this.
That's what I was about
No,
to say. It
Judge
sounds like
Dredd is a Sylvester Stallone movie that has nothing to do with what you just described.
He's definitely not climbing a building going after a crime boss.
No, he does not do that in Judge Dredd. In Judge Dredd, he has to go out into the wilderness to save the former judge who went walking after he did the crime that Judge Dredd got accused of.
I must be thinking of a different Judge Dredd movie.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You're thinking of
It's like there might be multiple.
You're thinking of the movie Dredd. Judge Dredd, starring Sylvester Stallone and Rob Schneider, did not have that plot.
You're right. It just has the law.
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 Welcome to Myriad Song Movie Hour.
How many Judge Dredd movies are there?
Two.
There are the only two? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it sounds like you're going to hang around here. You're doing a little bit of you're researching into these logs, and you uncover a few things about Lazaro. The first thing you encounter is that he was, in fact, a governor of a planet named Tasnar 2. And in addition to that, on the logs is the location of where Tasnar 2 is. So if you guys wanted to go there, then now you have the ability to. Inside the logs, you find an interesting tale of Lazaro being first, this is the vehicle that Lazaro was captured in. That's why it's still out there. Is he was flying around and he was captured. There's a little bit of a battle damage here and there, and the last few logs seem to be him trying to evade capture. The early logs describe his beginning of ruling of this planet of Tasnar 2 and a large operation in which he appears to have taken everyone off the planet, and it seems like there was some sort of or at least the way he describes it, as some sort of apocalyptic event which required the entire population of the planet to be removed from said planet. However, reading into his logs and getting deep, you manage to find a large pink book with a lock on it, which appears to be his personal diary that he tried to keep secret. And it describes the discovery of a large cache of what are they? Now I'm totally spacing. A large cache of
Porn.
Yep, that's what he's discovered on the planet. A large cache of porn.
Syndic.
No, it was. Yes, that's what it was. I'm sorry.
So close.
There you go.
Yep, very
Same thing.
close. Yeah, it pretty much the same thing. And it also describes what appears to be him being pressured to try to sell or get rid of it, and it seems like he devised a plot to fake the destruction of his planet to hide the weapons.
Interesting.
Wow, it's like
But-
I said that.
Yeah.
It's like exactly what I said.
But like he did mention like the some apocalyptic scenario, and he wasn't actually isn't taking like credit for causing that in the first place. So something else was going on. And then later he just
Well,
pretends
no.
to be the one who did it.
He couldn't take credit for it because you remember he got arrested on a Ponzi scheme for insurance based
Yeah,
on what he did. So you can't collect the insurance information if you claim to be the one who. You can't crash your own car, say I crashed my own car, and then get the insurance off of it.
Right. So he's gone ahead and faked this. The population is somewhere, right? And these weapons are also somewhere that he's chosen to hide. Do the logs indicate places he may have been or gone?
it does indicate several spots that he's gone. After the mass evacuation uh, of Tasnar 2, it appears that he went to it appears he did go to Sargosa. It appears he also went to, let me double check my notes. It appears he went to 3 other planets. Uh, he went to Warcon, he went to Delix, and he went to Ladoria.
All right.
And I'll
So-
put those names in the chat as
Yeah.
well.
I went ahead and tried doing the best transcription I could on that.
Yep, that works. Yeah, you actually spelled them completely
First
right.
try every time. There we go.
Except for Delix is Dellolx.
Oh, not DELUX.
So
I don't know.
Deluxe.
I don't know where you spelled it.
Deluxe.
I don't know where Griffin tried to
Deluxe.
spell it. I'm not looking at that right now. But
Oh, it's just on the Roll20 chat.
I'm
that's
saying
all.
that would have been my guess. Yeah, because I was looking at the Discord.
Okay, so he's obviously been to Sargosa, and it's not really entirely clear what his business was here, but he did clearly drop off the ship at some point to get scrapped.
It appears in the last endings of the diary. It appears he was captured on this vessel by Panopticon forces, bounty hunters.
Okay, so this is where the journey ends. That makes a lot of sense. So we do have other places to kind of like follow his steps and see what we can maybe dredge up.
Also, what I'm renaming the ship.
After the logs, by the way, like looking into the rest of the logs, it does appear that the ship has been in use since he was captured. So like there was a period of time where, another owner had this ship, but it doesn't look like they discovered like all these logs.
Very interesting. Well, I mean, they did reroute everything through the coffee machine, so could have done worse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is all very interesting. We got some places if we want to figure out what's going on with this. Because there's Syndic artifacts in this, some of which are weapons and might be highly destructive.
Cool.
Uh,
Plotting
I'm
course to Sargosa.
Yeah. Journey's End is also a great name.
I mean, that's what the ship's called now. I've
Exactly.
renamed it. But no, I mean, seriously, he's been to Sargosa, so possibility exists that one of those things could be there. Also, our contact Sargosa. Also, my other person is in Sargosa, so we're going to Sargosa.
I mean, that's where we started.
No,
That
that's
was
not.
where the revolution happened.
That's not where we started. We got dropped off here, and Ronnie went to Sargosa.
Eli, clarification?
Yes, yeah, you guys got dropped off here, and Ronnie said he was going to Sargosa.
And that he would
And-
meet us there later. Remember, because I sent my
Oh,
robot
okay.
companion. I sent my robot companion on the cavalcade going to Sargosa with him. So
Got it. I thought the industry planet here was Sargosa, so that's my bad. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, Sargosa then.
Sargosa is the flotsam jetsam of ships and everything that have just merged together in some sort of weird ass space reef fleet thing. It's not a planet. It's a horrible place that like space hippies and everyone go.
Yeah, that sounds great for me.
Yeah, it is like the like drifter, like pirate sort of place. Rather dangerous.
Yeah, you can imagine like a bunch of just loose ships in the ocean if they all floated off into that like trash heap in the middle of the Pacific. That's what Sargosa is, just for space.
Space trash planet.
All right, let's go hang out with some garbage, or well, more garbage.
All right. So this will be. I know. I assume you know how to do space travel there, Theta.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to you about it at length.
Yeah.
Sorry, when we were talking about it, I remembered that I had a picture of from back when I was trying to make a tile-based card game for Myriad song. There it is. Sargosa. That's the image in the
Oh, yeah.
book for Sargosa. So I remembered I had a clip of it that I was using for the tiles and everything.
Don't you hate it when you're in free fall with your keytar and you just sort of lose the mood? That's what the picture makes me think of.
Yeah.
If only we could show other people this, but oh well.
Also, you guys should find a good picture for what you want this ship to look like.
Well, there seems to be a very long list of examples you could use in other Discord chats.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep track of that as they just keep popping up. It's like I can't make a decision on that right now.
Wait, where was this happening?
It's, over in the Star Wars chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
later
We're taking
on.
ships over there too. So
I can't see into that chat, so.
But yeah, no. First step, leave the gravity well.
Does
Gotta
that
get-
require a roll at all?
Nope,
I'm just
just
wondering
takes
what
12 megameters of travel, so it could be at hours.
Is there anything you guys would like to buy or do on this planet before you leave?
Before I leave, I'd like to be able to pick up and top off rounds for the sniper rifle and railgun, but I have to be right back to make a bio break.
that's fine.
Okay, yeah. Why don't we take a 5-minute buyer break? Since he's taking one, we can all take a 5-minute break.
All right, 5-minute break. Get myself a drink.